Okay. You told us, so EQUUS, for any of you guys that haven't been able to watch it yet, available on CBC, on the website, the 3 different episodes. So you guys can go check that out now. It sounds like you should look out for Fast Horse here pretty quick too. And how are we going to watch Nomad Boy?
Boy Nomad. Well, Boy Nomad gets its world premiere at the Banff Mountain Film Festival, and I'm very hopeful that it makes it onto the world tour. So Fast Horse and Boy Nomad are both at Banff, and if things go really well, they'll both be on the world tour. But Fast Horse, you can actually see it on CBC Online by the weekend. And Boy Nomad, likely I'll just make it a public film on Vimeo once this thing is for festivals. So as soon as we've done a series of festival runs, we'll just make it available. Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Okay, so the last thing I was going to ask you is what's coming next, but you're running away on sabbatical. So that's kind of exciting for you, less exciting for us. But are there any projects in your sort of dropped projects bin that you're still hoping to one day make it work? Like
well, apart from my dream of making a forest fire film, well, I've got lots of ideas. None of them I will bore you with. But we're making. I've never made an international treaty co-production before. I mean, this is a very difficult thing to pull off, legally, financially, just in terms of working creatively with a team far away. We've never had the courage to do this until now. So we're doing a treaty co-production with a German company. I know them very well. I know the people very well. I trust them. And we're minority partners. And I wanted it to be that way. So this is called A Bee's Diary. And it's essentially a character-driven docudrama set inside a beehive. So we have miniaturized cameras on servos inside beehives over 18 months in Germany. And we will tell stories about what happens inside a beehive. And it's just Game of Thrones. There's just so many dramas. I'll give you one example. There is a brood of queens. There's always many potential candidate queens. They're all sisters. And this brood is laid in chambers adjacent to each other. And of course there is a living queen, right? When the first of these sisters awakes or is born, comes out of the cell, it quietly goes to all of its sisters and murders them, stings them to death. And once they're all dead, she emits this high-pitched, high-frequency scream to the hive that says, "I have arrived." And what that means is, if you stay with me, I will be your queen. But if you don't stay with me, you must leave with the old queen. And so the old queen takes the loyal bees and goes away in a swarm. And they're exiled. And they're just booted out of the hive. So there's no planning involved. So they just have to go to some bicycle or tree and hang out, as all of the experienced forager bees then go look for a new place for the new hive. And they come back and they do a dance, this gestural dance, which somehow communicates, well, I found a place, it's pretty good, it faces north, it's in a tree, it's got 2 openings, and I think you'd all like it, right? So all these forager bees are doing these competing dances with their candidate hive places, and over the course of a few days, all the forager bees end up doing the same dance. And that is the point at which that swarm has made a decision about what place to go and found the new hive.
Do they show each other?
It's just beyond explanation. You know, no one really knows how they decide which forager bee is doing the right dance for the right destination. So there's all the elements of, you know, drama in this film, and so that's what I'm working on next. It's called A Bee's Diary.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wanted to leave the last few minutes for you guys. If you have